Hi, boys and girls. Having talked about the main problems you had for your Part A and Part B integrated tasks, in this session, I'm going to take you through the answer key and highlight some of the important points you have to pay attention to. Okay, so let's look at B1. So when you receive the paper and the situation, of course, you have to highlight the very important information. For example, who you are, and the organization you work for, okay, and also your boss. Usually there will be a boss waiting for you, okay, in the task. So you have to know who they are. So having understood the situation and the different roles in this task, of course, while the music is on, you have to go through the different pages in the data file and get some basic idea about what those items are. Okay, so let's look at the next page. Now this is the note-taking part. Okay, so you can check the answer. You can take out your data file and see if you have jotted down the same information. Right, so this is the notes you should be taken down. Now, just to remind you, you can use short forms or any kind of easier ways for you to take down the information because nobody is going to mark it. Right, so please check whether you have all the information. Now, oftentimes you may find some words you don't know how to spell or you're not sure about how to spell. It's not a problem. You just try your best to write down, how the sound is like, and later on you can try to figure out how it is spelled. So our task number 4 is very easy because what you have to do is just to update a website. Okay, so basically there are not any kind of layouts or special format you have to pay attention to. Okay, and the guideline is there for you, very straightforward. Okay, I have designed a template for the website. I need you to add information. So you need the date, the time, the place, the act or performances, the special guests, and also mention why they are famous. So a bit of detail here and how to get the tickets to the show. Okay, everything is very, very straightforward, and what you can do is just find out the bits and pieces from the data file. Alright, so here comes the answer key for task 4. You see the date, okay, the date, the time, and the places. Don't forget the auditorium. Is something you can find from the data file. Okay, so don't worry about the spelling. But many of you missed this out, and I don't know why. And these are all the performances and some of the details. Okay, like the Dream, the musical and dance performance, and the magic show with all those performers. And the special guest, okay, the special guest, Richard Green, Robert White, and famous singer, who is the favorite singer, and where you can find the ticket. Okay, very straightforward. So please check your answer yourself. Okay, for task number 5, what you are required to do is an email. Okay, so again, you just follow the guidelines and you can find all the information there. So firstly, what you have to do is how many performers, how many helpers the dancing group is bringing. Okay, so you can very easily find out 15 performers and 8 to 10 people, as I said. Okay, not one person, but people, and the time required is about 45 minutes. Okay, and another point you have to write down is what they need and whether it's available from the LCSD. Okay, so it's it mentioned in the data file they need a dressing room and they need a big one. So that's why it's not just a dressing room or all the dressing rooms available, but okay, it's D1. If you can check your data file, you find out that D1 is the biggest one, which can accommodate all those people because it's big enough. Okay, and that's the reason. And the things they need are a good sound system, 15 wireless microphones, and they can be provided by LCSD at no cost. So you have to mention that it's with no cost or is free of charge to get this point. Now another tricky point is well, somewhere in the data file it mentions the 1 or 2 smoke generators will do, but later on it's mentioned that to have a better effect you need 2 smoke generators. So that's why I can't just write down 1 or 2. Okay, instead you have to write down 2 smoke generators, and then the others are very straightforward. Okay, so no problem. If you add up all the costs, it will have $1,500 for these items. Okay. Now this is the mark allocation. Okay, altogether you will have 9 points for the task completion. Okay, so this is how you get the points for different tasks, different paragraphs. 9 points for task completion, and then apart from the 9 points, you have 5 marks for your language. Okay, 5 marks for your language, and this is the descriptor for different language points. So you can see that, well, if you look at the content, you will see that you have to attempt adapting phrases from the data file. Okay, so you can't copy everything directly from data file. Instead, you should try to change some of the wordings using your own words. Okay, a few attempts and so on, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so try it. It's quite challenging, but still you have to try. So on top of that, you still have like 2 points for organization coherence and 2 points for appropriacy. Now when it comes to appropriacy, what I'm aiming at is 2 things. Number 1, as I said, this is a formal letter to your boss. So the first point goes to Dear Mr. Brown. Okay, number 1, you should start with Dear Mr. Brown. Okay, and another point goes to the appropriate closing. If you have yours faithful, yours sincerely, or best regards, and then you have the second point. Okay, like regards. Okay, you have another point. Okay, well, that's for B1. Okay, so take a short break, and when we come back, we'll go through the more challenging version, B2. Stay tuned.